Hello, manredFC back again. So I'm going down the table. We're on to the third place team currently. And who would have thought, certainly I wouldn't, because I thought they were going to get relegated, that we have Aston Villa. Masterstrokes have kept Jack Grealish. So we'll do 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Bosh, we're off. So yeah, sitting in third currently after 5 matches played. And you'd have to say, with already 12 points on the board, obviously there's a long way to go, but you'd have to say they're doing some to avoiding that relegation battle. If I scroll down here, I mean, they're already 11 points above 18th. Now, obviously, they could go on a 5-match losing streak, potentially, and that could be made up, but that would then require Villa to lose all of those games and then Burnley to win most of them. And at the minute, you just can't see it. Homes aren't fortresses anymore, and Villa have done very well at home and away, so they seem to just be using the season as a free hit, as I've seen it. The stats look really impressive. I mean, they've played 5, they've won 4 of them, and they've lost 1. Obviously, one of the matches being that phenomenal win against Liverpool, so thank you, Aston Villa, for that, because it made my evening much better. 12 goals scored, 5 against. So they're averaging a goal against every game, and, you know, probably a goal for every game, barring the Liverpool result. So they're fairly consistent in that regard. But their goal difference is 7 at the minute. So you can't argue with that, and they've still got a game in hand. So imagine if you win it, or even if you draw it, you go top. So that's, I mean, you think of that, I mean, where you came from last season, very close to going down, and if Sheffield United's goal stood, you would have. And now you're sitting third, potentially could be top on equal games with everyone else. I think what you have done particularly well is your recruitment. I think buying Ross Barkley has been a really, 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 really important thing for you. And if I just have a look at your stats here, I think he's added so much to your midfield. You put him alongside of Jack Grealish and a McGinn, and you're starting to think, actually, there's some really good players in there. I think Barkley's a top half player. I think McGinn's probably a top half player. I think Jack Grealish is a top 6, top 4 type player. So if you combine those three, and you are starting to get an effective midfield for a team that won't be looking at relegation. I never thought you'd get Ross Barkley, so I think that was actually a really good signing. And obviously, looking at your stats, I mean, Jack Grealish has started where he left off, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted him at Manchester United. He's only played 5 times, but he's got 3 goals and 3 assists. So he's doing more than he should a game. And he's flying. You combine that with Ross Barkley, who's only played 3. He's got 2 goals, both 25 and 26 respectively. So they're very young and yet experienced in football and in the league. So if Ross Barkley then decides to stay, you've got a very good core there, really. It's exciting time to be a Villa fan. Ollie Watkins is obviously, he's only 24. He's played 5 times, 3 goals, 1 assist. And then we go to McGinn. He's only 26, so similar age. 1 goal, 4 assists in 5 games. So he's contributing a goal every game as well. So you kind of look at those players, McGinn, Watkins, Barkley and Grealish, have all been phenomenal for you. You then add to the fact that your centre-back in Tyrone Mings has started particularly well, and he's even got a goal and assist in there as well. And you've then got a defensive unit that's been as strong as it was kind of before, and that was my main concern as well, that maybe it might drop, but actually they've started fantastically well. And another great signing is Martinez. I mean, when he came in at Arsenal, I couldn't really tell the difference between him and Leno when they played, and he's now in between the sticks at your club. So you're thinking, you've got at the minute, a very prolific forward line, midfielders that are contributing, that are enjoying their football. You've then got defence that's working well together, not shipping a lot of goals in hard matches. And then when they get beyond them, they've got to face a goalkeeper in Martinez, who's had a very good season last year. Very harshly sold, probably could have stayed and wouldn't have looked out of place at Arsenal. Now in goal at your club. So you'd have to say, of all the players you've got, they're all looking extremely strong. You're creating so many chances at the minute. And you're just being really good at protecting leads, which I didn't necessarily think you would. So it's been a bit surprising for me. No one could have told me that you'd have won the first 4 games of the season. And I thought that your game against Liverpool would have been a reality check. But fantastically it wasn't. And it's what a time to be a Villa fan. You're sitting third. As I said, I don't think you've got to worry about relegation. How wrong was I? So I think it's just rosy. Enjoy the season. And I think it's just going to be a free hit. So yeah, 5 minutes. Well done, Aston Villa. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do all the way up to match day 10 and see if we're still talking about you being in the top 4. See you again soon.